Hello, hello, my friends. We're live. Ooh, knife with the 60 stream streak today. I didn't even realize that. We'll snooze the ads for a second. Yeah, I started eating dinner a little bit late, so apologies. But that's fine. This is the normal schedule anyways. To start 5 minutes behind when I say I'm gonna start. That's stock standard, baby. I'm a streamer. You think I can keep track of my own stream time? No. Much less likely than you'd think. The streamer mindset, you gotta be at least a little cringe fail, right? What's the best way to do that? Showcase that you are a little bit of a mess, which I do every day. And I appreciate y'all being here. Fight your fears and survive. Apology not accepted, and maybe try again in 30 seconds. Yeah, I can do that too. Let's see. I forgot to do my webcam zoom in too. Oopsie. Currently on a 5 stream streak, Abdarin. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in consistently. Even if we do end up disagreeing about things. Streamer neglected chores. I didn't neglect chores. I neglected maybe one chore. I can think of one specifically, but I did do dishes, okay? I did do dishes. I specifically had to cut out some work from home time saying, I'm doing dishes. I mean, your streaming chores? Well, those ones I did neglect doing. My streamer chores are on the lacking side for sure. That is a really good way to put it. My streamer chores. It's certainly been a minute since I've really done a purposeful deep clean like I've wanted to, but you know, you take what you can get. I've been in survival mode a little bit, so forgive me. Windcrest, I don't think there's any... I think this'll do. Let's go get the Mugdom. Do I still have one more doorknob use? Doorknob is broken. Okay, well, that's fine. I don't have any keys or anything either. Oh boy. Oh boy. But yeah, good to see everybody. Thanks again for stopping by, Abdarin. I will not be apologizing again. You got me once. Never again. I will never again apologize for who I am on Twitch.television. This is simply a joke. Also, I have some Polar Ginger Lime Mule. I don't know if that got caught on mic, but you know. Cheers. Oh boy, I love seltzer water. You were aimed at the blank side of the can. Was I? No, this is not the blank side. It's fine. I can... Y'all can look at the nutritional facts. Guess what? It's sparkling water. There's not really a whole lot to it. Ah, man, I gotta go all the way back around, don't I? Yeah, because I used all my small keys too. Well, this is what poor routing does to you. My seltzer water right here. Other people call it beer. Hey, you know, a beer after work, I think that that's a perfectly fine level. Last time you played this game, you did not pay it forward to your future self? No, I was kind of what we would describe as struggling. Goodbye, dog. No, the last time playing this was a little bit of a mess. And also, I think oh, did I burn? Oh, fuck. I meant to burn the bodies in here, too. Well, that's fine. Wait, did I even... Oh, fuck me. Camera angles. Just blow up. Can't taste it, might as well be seltzer water. Yeah, it'd be healthier for you. If you can't taste it and you're just... If you're just drinking it for the buzz, I get it. Then again, a beer a day might desensitize that for you. Generally, I don't drink a whole lot. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with drinking alcohol, I just, I abstain most of the time in terms of buying myself booze at home. If I have it, I'm gonna drink it. So I don't really want to have it, you know? It makes things... It's my after work beer, as mentioned. I can't exactly do my job and also be buzzed. True. Yeah, you get off work, get a little buzzed, and a couple of calories, liquid calories. This one is west, I think? Well, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna... There we go. Huge staple for my caloric intake. It's half the use aside from the alcohol content. I mean, yeah, when you can't really... Liquid bread? Yeah. Is there any preferred sipping, sipping brands for you, WT? Me, I'd rather be drinking a cider 9 times out of 10. I accept your apology. Thank you, Abdarin. I think this needs to be facing south. Whichever is the very cheapest on the shelf. That's a totally understandable. Okay, well, this one needs to be facing north. Yeah, I'm not one for discriminating if I'm just looking to get an easy drink. Nothing gained in stepping up to an IPA when I won't notice the difference. Yeah, that's fair. Drink whack stuff during volleyball all the time. Yeah, I get... There's, I don't typically drink, but at when you're doing a, get this guy off me. When you're not exactly, you know, best beer is a free beer, so. I don't buy myself garbage. If I'm gonna buy beer for myself, I'm gonna buy some stuff that I actually like. Free volleyball calories, exactly. I'm bad enough about eating. A lot of the time I'll end up putting off eating and then doing higher intensity activities such as volleyball. Sometimes you gotta have that little boost. It's the calories, you know. You gotta be very aware, at least I do, aware of what your caloric intake per day is, because otherwise I just don't eat. I have to be paying attention. Very easy for me to just get a one-track mind on all sorts of stuff. At least today, you know what my breakfast was today? It was a ginger beer. I delayed doing work from home stuff for a minute to try and like do chores. And then I realized, oh yeah, I gotta eat. What's the best way to get the calories in? 41 grams of sugar right to the dome. I try not to make that a habit. But it was either that or like eat some quick soup. But I'm too slow on eating the soup. It takes me like, I'm a slow eater. I like to enjoy my food, kind of use it as like thinking time. Map of the courtyard. Yes, please. And there's another item box here. Perfect. Just stash these bad boys away. The Magnum. You casually drink cider? I mean, if I'm gonna be buying myself like an alcoholic beverage, yeah. My choice is either a cider or like a sour beer. Pretty much any variety of either. And I'm pretty happy too. Let's pop a save. Family, we've already read this on the other side, so I'm not gonna bother. But yeah, I'm a cider drinker. I enjoy a cider. I enjoy a sour. I can't think of any specific brands that I like. Actually for cider, Woodchuck I think is okay. Angry Orchard is fine. I'm not really a big fan of any of the, like, I want it to have a little bit more flavor to it, and I feel like a Strongbow or anything similar to that it just feels a little watered down. Owie. Like, I feel like I'm getting less flavor per drink, which is odd. Like, I'm fine with drinking a sparkling water, you know? But if I'm drinking a cider, I want it to be a little bit stronger. Have a little bit more something to say. want my drinks to either have nothing at all going on or very minimal going on, or to be punching me in the face. It's all about tone setting, really. I'm trying to think of some of the last sour. I don't really retain it because it's not something that I keep in mind very much. I'm just like, yeah, okay, it's a sour, cool, I'll drink that. Alcohol is not exactly my vice of choice anymore. That's what happens when you reevaluate your relationships with stuff like that. Need the crank for this side, yep. Last one we got from Harmon's that I didn't like. What's the... Oh, it was the...
This is Brad. Come in, Stars Alpha team. Come in.
What was
Does
it?
anybody hear me?
This is Chris.
It was like a
This is Brad. Stars Alpha
berry.
team. Bravo team. It doesn't matter. Respond. I repeat,
was it?
This is Brad.
It was a
Brad,
berry
this
type
is Chris.
sour of some kind.
Brad? Damn. Thing's broken.
Thing's broken. Oh. We'll just go this way. Hi, doggies. Yeah, that last sour we got knife wasn't very great. At least not in my eyes. Didn't even remember why I didn't like it. This is why I gotta write stuff down. I think that we both gotta be better about recording things. I know I need to actually start journaling and stuff. I keep saying I'll do it, but it's relatively easy to forget if you're out of the habit. I feel like it was fine, to my recollection, the cider. It just didn't really have that much going on for it. Or sorry, the sour. Like, it was supposed to be slightly fruity, and the fruitiness is just not fully there. Made for a little bit of a sad drinking experience. It's also so expensive to get booze now. Like, everything I look at, I'm like, this is not insignificant. I'm gonna make a full med. I don't think I need the full inventory space. I'll just grab everything. Was there not a blue too? Oh, okay. Never mind. It's in the planter. That'll be fine. But yeah, I'm not much of a drinker now. Like, I'll go specifically to a bar and maybe have a beer and then be like, all right, that's a nice craft experience that I've had. Especially getting some local stuff on tap. Just much more interesting to me. Much more than that, I don't really need it. Single trip to the bar now can clean you out. $34. The hell? I had a shot and 2 beers. Used to be a total bar rat, but not so much anymore. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like everything's so fucking expensive that it's just not tenable. It's not even really Unless that's like your one hobby. Now going outside costs you $45. It's insanity. Which, I mean, like, normally I'm okay with when I go out, I'm like, okay, well, I might as well spend a little bit of money. But that turns into like a twice a week absolute most type thing. It's too expensive otherwise. Too much of a damn pain in the ass. Get this spider away from me. Hang on, can I not hit that spider from there? I swear that... Never mind. Book. Bandage with blood. I will be back for that stuff in just a moment. I don't have any decent crash bars anymore, and I self-selected out of Piper Down because I don't care for the new owners. Now I just have beer in my basement, and close enough. A little bit of Twitch.tv and a beer in the basement, same kind of vibe. Just shoot the shit, listen in on some weirdos talk about their life. It's a little less interesting because you don't get to see how they really fully carry themselves, but such is the internet. Ugh. Get this guy away from me. Not poisoned, am I? More interesting people on Twitch anyway. Well, interesting in varying levels of the word. There's certainly some weirdos on here. Problem with becoming a bar regular is you eventually run out of people to meet. I know all these people's stories. Yeah, it just turns into like, oh yeah, I've done the whole meet and greet thing. I know what everybody's about here. Sure is easier to talk to them too, by which I mean less loud. Yeah. That's a significant thing too. The general vibe of a bar is just so damn loud. I can't handle it. Very overstimulating environments. I try to be good about not putting myself into situations that make me upset, and bars unfortunately do cross that threshold, specifically on it's just too fucking loud. I can't handle that. And nobody knows how to shut up. Like, you have to scream to be heard at all. I'm a diagnosed autistic man, and low do I hate crowd noise. I adore hard-hitting industrial music, but I do not. I have to want to buy into the noise. Yeah. Like, specifically, I'm fine with going to a concert because I know it's going to be very loud. But when I'm just going to go hang out, I don't want everything to be just blaring in my ears, having to scream to have a really annoying conversation because none of us can hear each other. And I already have pretty big sensory issues on being able to hear stuff. Knife can attest to this. I'm so bad at deciphering what people are saying when it's loud. I have to ask people to repeat themselves 17 times, and it's not. Nobody wants to have that kind of conversation. You have to translate a lot. Yes, I desperately need somebody to translate for me in situations. Partially because I need to hear, and other part being you're expected to just go conversationally, and I am not really capable of doing that. At least not typically. I like to have my moments to pause and contemplate in actual conversation. Also, your last message, Knife. If I'm listening to music, it's too disruptive to my brain and thoughts, kinda. Talking doesn't work the same. True. Sometimes it is a little bit hard to sit in the brain case. Well said. That's why I go for the hard, ugly stuff. This is specifically to drown out the rest of the stuff in my head. Yeah, I feel you on that. If I'm listening to music, it's usually for me, it's for a vibe. I'm a Jimmy Buffett kind of listener. Not necessarily a big Jimmy Buffett fan, but let me tell you, the one time I went to Margaritaville, it was not a very great experience. All in all, pretty annoying. Very expensive. You couldn't get mocktails, which is like, why would you cut yourself out of a demographic like that? A 1, okay. It was terrible. Yeah, it was not a great experience. Riley, hello, how are you doing today? We were just talking about Margaritaville. Keep this clown off of me. Hydrate? Yes, I also need to drink water. I'm okay, worked from home. How am I? I've had a pretty good day. Feel like I got a lot accomplished at work. Generally, feel like I'm in a good spot. Got to get some stuff done. So I call that a good day. Here's Plant 42. We've already read everything about that. Margaritaville low-key overrated. 100%. It sucks shit. That place one time when I lived in Vegas, best part of the night when Margaritaville came on, this worker had absolutely had it and just screams, "Oh my god, I fucking love this song." And then he smashes his tray on the ground and walked out. Glorious. Felt, buddy. Felt. Jesus. I mean, working there, you just have to... I can't imagine actually working at a Margaritaville, because that would be really fucking annoying. We were there for maybe an hour, and we heard Margaritaville 3 times. That's too many. That's too many times. Can we do, like, Jimmy Buffett and somebody else's Margaritaville? Can we get that? Working at a restaurant is already hell. Working at a themed one? No. Yeah, just... Oh. Don't. Let's just get rid of themed restaurants. Like Buca de Beppo. That place sucks. The one time that I recall being there, I was like, this is what being at my grandma's house is supposed to feel like, but for a restaurant. And I don't have good things to say about my grandma. So kind of a bad situation to be put into. Yeah, just simply return the self-defense gun and the suicide note. I don't think we need the suicide gun for anything. I mean, these guys I don't care about at all. I'll allow one themed restaurant in Las Vegas, Dick's Last Resort. I'm not familiar with Dick's Last Resort. I mean, I'll allow... We need to have... If Hooters wants to survive, it needs to embody femboy Hooters type stuff. They have the gag, they treat you like shit on purpose. I mean, that's gotta feel real good for the employees. Although at a certain point, I'd be like, I'm tired of being mean to people. Really just something about being made fun of and talked down to by staff that I love. It's certainly an interesting experience. To me, I mean, that sounds like it would be fun to go to one time. And I think that's about it. At least for my ass. I'm too much of a baby soft individual. I just want people to be nice. I'm an easy target too. I dabbled in stand-up comedy. So I guess for me it was appreciating the work. A genuinely witty person is hard to find. Yeah. Yeah, wit is it's something you kind of have to grow. You have to expose yourself to so much of this, like, comedy in the first place. Me, I am not that. I think I've been trying to sharpen the wit. It's been dulled over the years though. I've seen this Whitest Kids You Know sketch. Hi Brungo. Hope you're doing well today. Fuck AI, by the way. Oh yeah. Do not get it twisted. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine a ChatGPT ass comedy special? It's not just this, but this. What is the food like on the airplanes? It's not just bad, but it's gross. AI TikTok voice. Which AI? There's lots of types. Let's go with ChatGPT. And the LLM type stuff for writing an email. I don't think LLMs and generative are basically useless. Exactly. I know that there's medical AI that's actually useful. And I'm fine with that, because, you know, if it can detect cancer in somebody better than a person ever could, sure. But we're not talking about that one, because we're talking about the useless ones. We're talking about the useless GPT ass shit. I use AI at work, but I used to watch tumor progression from MRI DICOM images. Yeah, like that stuff is fine. That's stuff that's actually helping people's lives. I like guns.
Richard.
I want good people to have guns.
Chris!
I don't want anybody to have a gun. personally.
Chris, stop! No!
Chris, you dumbass. You got Richard killed.
Richard.
Richard. Duality of AI. Get this clown off of me, please. Duality of AI. AlphaFold is going to lead to a revolution in our ability to produce medicines that no one will take because ChatGPT told them to take ivermectin instead. Huge +2, Brongo. That's really funny. It's not the technology itself that's bad, it's where it's being used and what kind that is bad. Yes, exactly. It's just easier. The nuance is there, but it's just easy to say fuck AI because that's what the people think of when they think of AI. What have we got in here? A single green herb. Oh, 2 green herbs. Sure, use that. It's not a consumer technology. It just isn't. Yeah, I don't want everybody having AI in their pocket. I don't want... Oh, just ChatGPT it to be a thing, you know? Oh, I also forgot to put out my Twitch notification. Oops. Arvid back with more Dark Souls? Fuck. I love the Dark Souls. I try to distinguish between machine learning, a technology, and AI, a marketing term. Yes, that is a great example. AlphaFold, also a good example of AI tools being pointed in the right direction. Solving the protein folding problem has been huge, like huge. With that breakthrough, we already printing up genetic meds that are made specific to the patient. Yes, like that's stuff that will change people's lives for the better. However, switch to drain the water. Press it. But we don't need data centers for everybody to be like, how do I make a an apple cobbler? I don't know. Look online. Look up. There's so many recipes that people have made. Use 3 minutes of your time. Look for somebody to say, "Hey, I've made this a bunch before. Try this recipe." If I mean to be a dickhole, I'll just say, can't tell me what chunking and vectoring is. You shouldn't be using any AI tool. That's kind of how I feel. I don't need it. I'll shut up. Just not a consumer tech. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be something that.
Reaching 50% of pressure
I don't want it to be something that everybody's like, oh yeah, I'll just chat GPT it. Googling it because we actually had like the human-to-human connection of it. Knowing what somebody else has found out and put time into, rather than scraping and throwing it into the world's dumbest. There we go. Drain the water. We don't need everybody losing their critical thinking skills, okay? My job today, I feel like shit because there's a guy complaining about pad noises and I can't do shit about it. He lives right on the other side. IT, it lets the pressure and shit be heard 5 miles away. Yeah. The noise is just the noises that are passively generated by these data centers too. crazy. It's unlivable. Off. This isn't a data center, by the way. Well, we're just gonna talk about data centers because that's tangentially related. But what are you referring to, Abdarin? When you say pad, are you talking like flight pad? Because that's my first... That's immediately where I go with that. But yeah, I'm in Salt Lake, so the huge Utah data center that they're proposing, it's just a dumbass idea. I hate Kevin O'Leary. I hate the rich. I hate rich people of that caliber specifically. Because it's like, I don't need to. You live such an entirely separate life, and your life is all about just... Looks like this thing could electrocute you. I'm glad it didn't do damage. Oil field pads. I work in environmental and relating it to data centers, because those are going to places where there are lots more people nearby. Yeah. Just... Lifestyle division is real. I dated a woman who came for money that barely lasted 3 months. I can imagine it's because they just don't think about the same things that normal people do. They live such a secluded life as to be entirely empty of meaning and joy. Assault shotgun. Yes. Yes, I will take that. Wake up. Why? We're going to Denver for brunch? What in the shit? Yeah, like, flying isn't even special to them. It's just, oh, that's exactly where we're gonna go. We're just gonna go there because I feel like going there. What's wrong with that? You don't understand how much money anything costs and like the value of a dollar. I'm exactly the same on oil as I am on AI. Consumer plastic should be mostly reduced and we should go back to artisan, less mass-produced goods. Plastic has its purpose in science, not in the markets. I fully agree with that. I think about how much plastic waste I go through at work. And just like for medical itself, because I work adjacent to medical, being in research. So I brush up against it a good bit. I hate it. And eating out at restaurants too. I always join the streams of medical researchers. Well, what other demographic? It's like a curse. What other demographic is trying to do something else with their life as well? I feel like med research is one of those things that doesn't pay well for the people on bottom. So it's really easy to just go like, okay. Do I need... So you gotta have another hobby. Why does everyone do exactly my job? He's like ass, but kiddos have leukemia, and I have a job to do. That's the end of the story for me. Yeah, pretty much. Same here. It's like, okay, well, people are always gonna have these medical issues, so... I just wish it were less about business bullshit, you know? Because I listen to what my boss deals with, and I'm like, you're a liaison for some of the stupidest shit. You have to convince these companies that we don't have a captive market, or... Oops, I did not mean to do that. Well, that was a... Now I have to deal with these guys forever. I work in environmental, as in I specifically work with environmental impact in surrounding areas and on-site, and we work with the EPA. We get so much shit and are literally Amish-style shunned a lot of the times. I'm not surprised. The oil execs and oil, like big oil in general, does not give a shit. It is astounding just how much money and how much effort goes into completely shutting down the idea that plastic and plastic goods are bad. And like the entire Western culture of using oil for everything. Like, it does a lot of harm to the environment. Tell me about it. I may or may not. You faculty. The B2B side of it crushes me. Business to business, it's like we completely forget the facets of being a human. We just completely ignore what it's like to actually be a normal, like, everyday person and have to put on this mask of like, hello, I am business. It just feels so alien. In trying, like, we have to shave off all of these different aspects of ourselves. Wait 2 more months. You think the petrol strain is bad now? Oh, it's gonna get terrible. It's fucking awful. It's ridiculous. And the fact that the entire world runs on oil and like local communities don't have like big growers that can actually like provide food for said community anymore. The whole supply chain, I think we're gonna see at worst a fucking massive collapse and at best huge inflation. Just to talk about real stuff for a second. Like especially real problems that we are facing. Test rivers every single day at work, and I hike through hills. I look for literally anything and everything. The laws set really are great right now. These companies will get massive fines for small violations. That's good, at least. I'm worried that regulation might go away soon. God forbid I have to go to work. Be told I can't do anything about a spill in a random valley or anything. Yeah, well, I'm glad that they're less worried about environmental stuff at home and are more, you know who I'm talking about, and they're more worried about playing their fake war that is actually killing people. The fake is in manufactured reasons. It's real, people are dying, etc., etc. I don't want to brush over that so bluntly, but it's bad. Who would have thought? War bad? Anyways. You the guy who always gets mad at me for smoking by the runoff meter on Foothill? War bad. Oh yeah, I'm just taking the Kojima school of things here. Just brush very broadly on a deep subject. It's gonna go hard. I just feel like most don't quite get how hard it's gonna go. Yeah, I think I'm just hoping that things are slightly better than I fear it may possibly. Take notes. Yes, please take notes. War bad. That's one that everybody should remember. Okay, what are our... Orange is 2. Orange is a peace sign. Orange is peace. Green is claw. Orange peace, green claw. What is red? Smoky eye. Got it. Rich boomers are so fucking terrified of the current stock of 20, 30-year-olds becoming the 60 and 70-year-olds in the future. Makes me happy they're scared. It's like, it's... They forget that they're going to die one day. And they just say, well, or they specifically are like, well, we can make all sorts of, make our lives better now. And ruin everybody else's lives later. Let's do that. Fuck everybody else. It's a postdoc that does essays of water. The part near the U. I'm constantly in his way because my break time is exactly when he comes by to check it. Can you move so I can read that? Yeah. It is very funny the way that we get in each other's way in such funny little ways. Okay, green was claw, which is 6. Orange was 5. And then... the hell? And then... what was the last one? Red 3? There we go. Okay. Back to shit posting. They fell into the trap of he who has the most money when they die wins. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Yeah, just continually accumulate money forever. Never think about what that might do. Sad state of thinking. It's so vapid and devoid of like true living to just exclusively live to get money. It really sucks too. How do we keep the American spirit alive when we're gone? Elon's idea was let's bring back racism. Holy fuck. They're so desperate. Yeah. Just absolute insanity. You don't know much about medicine, so there's no point in taking the empty bottle. Here's a great example of why people love Jill's side. We're already in a dying empire. History 101 can break that one down in about 2 weeks. China's the new superpower. We are on the way out. It won't be fast, but it will happen. Yeah. I've accepted that. Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. Because that's going to be the new global superpower, the way things are currently going. The EU might stand a chance. Maybe. But that's, I think, the best that the Western world is going to get. Something written on the wall. Like the Fall of Empires, it's surprisingly a bit more nonchalant than you realize. When Rome fell, it's not like 90% of the population just died randomly. Took a good 200 years for the actual name to flutter out. Yeah, that's another big thing. There's definitely gonna be pains. There are definitely going to be pains, but I'm hoping that something better can sprout from the decline, because right now it's we got toddler smearing shit on the walls type energy, right, with the government. We're going from the America being the hegemon of the earth to sort of EU, China, US hegemon. A shared one? Yeah, it is kind of baffling. It's all our rich billionaires and political class are just pissed off. It's all that's happening. It's already moved most of my security positions to the European market. It's times like this that make me go, man, I'm glad I'm not invested in the stock market, because it's just gonna hurt me the way that things are. Any amount of money I will have accumulated, it would essentially be set back by such a large number that I just don't care. I'll get back to it one day if I can feel better about it, but not anytime soon. It's a big deal, but it's not apocalyptic. Yep. The thing about an apocalypse is that it's sort of a big bang, which is very interesting in comparison to the slow deflate. Stupid, but I can still read the writing on the walls. I don't need to be super into finance to tell you that things are volatile. And volatility is, it's not gonna benefit the little guy. We might have depression, actually, potentially. I mean, did we think gas would get this bad back in January? I figured things were gonna be pretty fucking bad as soon as this motherfucker got into office, but I'm a doomer when it comes down to that stuff. I have no choice. I have to make enough money so that by the time I'm fully disabled, I can pay someone to take care of me. I feel like we should just be able to take care of people, you know? We shouldn't force people to save up enough money and otherwise... Oh, well, you don't have enough money. You're fucked. Have fun dying on the streets. Things like an actual depression when they occur. It's not like they agreed to that happening. Orange Cheeto Man is a piece of shit, but he clearly didn't want gas to go up this high. Is a single factor out of thousands upon thousands right now. Gas is just the low-hanging fruit. There's so many, like, everything about that guy sucks and was going to be bad. But the gas stuff is like, okay, this is the fastest way to crank the heat on everybody. Because it affects everything in the US. People literally did claim this would possibly happen. He's such an idiot. Nothing he does is like thought out. It's just what makes me feel best in the single moment. Petrol goes to everything. Gas prices will be first. The run part comes in a few months. The fun part, yeah. The fun part will be when nobody can fucking eat. Air quotes fun. Pre-grad economist could have called that, yet. It's tragic. It's tragic how easy it is for people to be like, to predict how stupid this motherfucker is and how willing he is to throw everything under the bus. It's like, motherfucker, you... Organic chemistry? I don't know anything about chemistry, so I'm not gonna touch that shit. I think... Hang on. There's like 2 things that... Yeah, we're speedrunning. We're doing the minimum number of swaps. Crude oil is processed into every sector of the economy. We're fucked. It's pretty bad. Things are certainly going to be interesting. If you can, I would advise having a little bit of a like bumper amount of food in your house. Maybe a couple of canned goods and a way to cook it in case everything hits the fan. Just small things. I think Knife and I's plan currently is have a battery and some solar panels that we can use an induction stovetop for. As renewable, as shittily renewable as possible. Right now I'm just stashing cash into EU securities, converting a bit of it into metal. I mean, that's also a valid way to go about it. I can't blame anybody. I already tried to bounce out of the country, but apparently my former work has no-flighted me. Can't leave if I wanted to. Gotta strap in. What did you do that they have you no-flighted? Because that's crazy. Three-letter agency? Well, that's all I need to know. You do not need to put any of us in a worse situation by elaborating on that at all. I would prefer you not, actually. I'm getting chain stung. Buy copies of N64 and Mario 64. That shit will hold its value 100 years from now. Yeah, Mario 64. Those are the backed securities of the future. Still regret just handing off a grip of first edition Holo Charizards like 15 years ago. Yo, that would have been enough. Okay, I'm going to die. I don't think this is gonna go very well. Yeah, we're still fine-ish. Okay, well. Probably should have brought in my Magnum for this. No one told me these were going for cash money these days. No, they really don't. Nobody told us just how... Oh, fuck. Nobody told us that Pokemon was legit going to be the thing to put your money into. There we go. Isn't going back in time 15 years ago and screaming at everyone, you know, to buy copious amounts of games and nerd merch? I would have just told them to buy, like, Bitcoin 15 years ago. And yeah, done worse. I was a Bitcoin early adopter. Had maybe 8,000 floating in my wallet in 2015, and it was 14 cents each. Yeah, I made like 10K off of Doge. Not the agency thing, but like actually off of Dogecoin, because I put money into it when it was like less than a cent each. Most of it went up my nose. Hey, that's how Bitcoin was. I missed Bitcoin provided so much PTSD. I think it's more FOMO. Jumping on every new financial trend. It's the FOMO. Cough. Nothing wrong with what I'm not gonna shame, but that's what it was for. We used it to buy drugs. That was the point.
Oh,
Don't judge me.
scared me.
Yeah, it was. Like,
You
that's what
okay?
Bitcoin was. Everybody was
Yeah,
afraid that it was going to be like the drug transaction thing, but,
But
you know.
Richard, he's gone.
Richard, he's gone. No, he got eaten whole by a
I'm
shark.
Sorry.
I was damned from the
It's my
start.
fault. I should have watched out for him.
I found a pharmaceutical room.
What are
Think
these?
I can come up with something useful. I'll be there. I'm glad you're still okay.
Thanks, Rebecca. NFTs are an example of FOMO. Yeah, NFTs. It's just like the big name financial institutions being like, but what if we got people into this now? And I'm just done with it. I don't care. Rebecca Hart, yeah. We love Rebecca. I think blockchain technology could have been something cool, but NFTs, I don't think, I'm gonna be real, I don't think it had much of a, I think the blockchain is just kind of like, sure, whatever. It's dumbasses fully taking advantage
Wesker?
of whatever they can.
Chris, you're alive.
My words exactly. Where's Jill? Thought you were with her.
As it is,
Yeah, I know.
as with AI
Separate.
discussion, it depends on where it's pointed.
I
We use
see.
blockchain to track human blood specimen examples.
Anyway, we better find a way out of here before we turn
blockchain
into
to track
zombies.
money.
Got any
I mean,
suggestions,
yeah,
Wesker?
there's uses for it, but
should
almost
get a
all of
better
them are
grip
like too advanced for the
situation.
tech bro
There
bullshit
must be
that they
areas
want.
still to be explored in that other mansion. Chris, I want you to check them out one more time. I'll continue my investigation here.
Sure thing.
NFTs aren't entirely bad either. Whatever. But they weren't just random. They were just random bits of art. Something like CS:GO, which doesn't even need blockchain technology, could be an example of what an NFT should be. Gun skins for that game. I don't think we should. I think it should be specifically like if somebody if somebody specifically made a way to like essentially earmark their art and say, okay, I've only made one of these. Seems like these markets fail. Technologies fail in the market and just end up in a lab every time now. Yeah. Yeah. It's because people go, oh, this is a cool technology. Let's try to integrate it into everything, and then they go, okay, well that's not a great idea, I guess. At least the gun skins lived in a database attached to you, not just a hash buried in an image. Yeah, it being connected to your account is way more interesting than... I mean, I just don't think that using blockchain for that is particularly interesting. I feel like it's kind of a waste of everybody's time. At least personally, it's just like, whatever. I don't care about the game as a service skin stuff. A backhoe is a cool technology. Doesn't need to be integrated into boxing inventory. Scenario of using a cannon to kill a mosquito. Exactly. That's a really good way to put that. Like, we don't need tech in everything for everything. Every time a technology comes out, these fuckwads try to toll booth us. Yeah, it's because they have money, and they're like, what if we made more money by making life worse for everybody? For the people that don't have money. You just see the... I mean, it's just... This is always how the rich have been. It's always been an up versus down kind of thing.
This is Brad. If you can't answer me, somehow give me a sign.
Hi, Brad.
Chris to Brad. Can you hear me?
He looks a little like
Brad.
a very tired John Cena from this angle.
Damn.
But yeah, as I was saying, these rich motherfuckers saying Brad so Y2K. He totally is. He totally fucking is. This is the wrong one. Don't hit me, doggies. I have a different elevator to go up. Brad. Chris voice, Bing chilling. Okay, I'll +2 that knife. Oh, don't be poisoned. Oh, don't. No, no. Why does it have to be like this? It's been a few mosquitoes I would have used a cannon on. Yeah. The situations of, oh, I should have grabbed some blue herbs, too. That's really inconvenient. Hang on. 1 second. Just one of those. Just get rid of the poison. Literally said, yeah, like you felt this too. There's a lot of mosquitoes that I've been really fucking annoyed at. The funny thing is that there's technology that you can easily use and make your life a lot better, and it's not a cannon. Like just the electric bug zapper, set that up in your house. It'll get them. You don't need a cannon. It's specialized tech made for a specialized purpose. I'm not going to be able to use the electric, you know, insect killing machine to plant carrot seeds in my garden. Again, we make specialized tools for special purposes, so we use the special tools in that fashion. Use this to protect yourself from that monster in chains that can't be hurt by guns. I also fixed the doorknob to make sure you can get away. Thanks, Wesker. Thanks for actually being nice. And actually doing something for me. Because Jill side, he just kind of shows up at the end of the game. I think I don't need anything else here. I just have one of those electric fly swatters for the mosquitoes who follow me in. That's a perfect example of what I'm trying to say. Take the grenade. Hey, grenade, will you go off, please? Thank you. Much appreciated. I generally will take no biological life. Not even a Black Widow who's saddled up near my chair. Mosquitoes are the one exception. I'm 100% with you on that. I am okay with taking a life, but only in like very specific circumstances. And like, I just fucking hate, I can't stand fruit flies living in my house. But generally, I hope that my spiders that I don't kill will get to have a nice little feast there. There's another one in here if I can remember correctly. I'm also deeply endeared to spiders, so I guess that's just a quirk. I love a spider. I will not... I left some bullets in the room. I'll go ahead and look for a way out. It's the same thing. It's half of what I tell people to just leave them alone. Showed up because they're going to eat the actual pests you should worry about. Exactly. I don't need to worry about anything else because the spiders do the job for me. Sure, they sometimes crawl into my bed and bite me, but that's not that big of a deal to me. There are worse problems to have. We'll just store this for now. Let a whole host of ladybugs live in my place for an entire winter. Saved as many as I could and released them when spring came. Fed them an apple a day that I would eat on my lampstand in the corner where they would congregate. There were only like 30 of them, but they were chill. I'm weird, but I don't care. They're my friends, now they're gone. What's the issue? I just did this, released them this spring. You know, I think that's a really fun... That's a really fun story. I don't think that's weird. I think that's a very caring and considerate way to exist in comparison to some other alternatives. It's absurdly rare to get a spider bite. You have to directly threaten their life. I pick up Latrodectus with my fingers all the time. They don't care. We're too large to them. We're just moving terrain. That's kind of how we are to all sorts of insects. We're just too fucking big. We're in a different scale of life. Have you considered that I'm scared? Well, you're allowed to be scared. I wouldn't say, hey Brongo, here, pick up this spider. I'll just leave the spider in the corner. We can say, oh yeah, leave that guy alone. He's chilling. He's a little whack, but he's chill. Next year, if they come back, I'll probably put them in a big lizard tank or something to keep them safe. Collect and swoop them up. Hey, I respect that. I love ladybugs. I love a cute creature. Also, they're like really important for general ecology, if I remember correctly. Like, you want the ladybugs in your garden. Spiders are perfectly harmless. The phobia is innate, but still unfounded. That's fair. I try and just be like, okay, you're just chilling. Stay in your lane and we're good. Please don't be in my bathtub though. Never kill spiders in my home? Yeah, exactly. The shower is like the one place that I'll even consider smushing a spider. I generally try to avoid that if possible. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it this time around. Nope. I needed to push to the end of the hallway. Oh well. This isn't a speedrun, so we're not going to sweat. What I've read, at least in the eastern half of the US, what you think a spider bite is actually a house centipede bite. The centipeds do bite, but also house centipedes will kill other bugs you probably don't want. Every time I get bit by a bug, it's in my bed. Like they will be in my bed and they will be the ones to actually make things. They will seek out my place where I sleep, and then I get bit, and it gives me some issues. I've had to go to the hospital at least twice now because of bug bites. But that's because they get infected. It's I can't remember the title. We also have one medically significant spider in Utah. It has to bite your ass like 8 times to cause a problem. Isn't that the Black Widow? If I remember correctly. House centipedes are the real creeps. Yeah, I don't like the centipedes. One time as a kid, there were 2 in my room at the same time, and I have not recovered. Yeah, 2 centipedes would be too many. Spiders don't go to bed. The ones that come into my home are almost always male, and they hunt on floors. It's probably not a spider. I have had a couple of crushed spiders in my sheets, though. R.I.P. At work, there are some vaults I opened on a certain site. Holy damn, hundreds upon hundreds of giant house centipedes are in there. Sheesh. Yeah, the Black Widow, Latrodectus. I have 2 of them on my patio right now, and I've already moved them. Grabbed them with my own fingers, no problems. You gotta go up here out of the way of the cat. That is nightmare fuel. I could not. Hundreds of house centipedes is too many. George Trevor, press the switch. A widow can kill a cat, it won't kill us, but house pets, they need to be relocated. Yeah, I would be most concerned about my poor kitty cat compared to pretty much anything else. I'm not concerned. I can go to the hospital. The cat is not very good about communicating. She's not gonna be able to tell me. Oh, you motherfucker. Did you? Oh, you little shit. Got 3 white widow bites now. I didn't even need the hospital for the last 2. Interesting. I would not have expected that. Seeing all the animals is the fun part of my job. I was walking and almost stepped on a turkey poults randomly in the field the other day. Really? Come on. Get close, my zombie friends. Oh, you motherfucker. Alright, take this. I know what's coming. Scared the mom away, but she came back, obviously. I can imagine. Did that hit me? Oh, did. You little shit. We still have a few wild turkeys about. I have not seen any wild turkeys out in Utah. I have no idea where they would even be. You didn't have those city turkeys that crash Rose Park? Really? Have I completely missed that? I need to actually go... I need to go outside more. That's what I'm learning. That was one thing I loved about living in Maryland was the hearing the turkeys gobbling out in the woods. That and we had owls out in the backwoods. It was very fun hearing those hooting at night. Pardon me. I'm reading while I'm parsing what I gotta do next. The Rose Park turkeys are a beloved unofficial flock of urban turkeys, often referred to affectionately by residents as Rosie and her crew. They're frequently spotted roaming the residential streets, lawns, and parks of Salt Lake City's Rose Park and Fair Park neighborhoods. Hell yeah, we love our urban turkeys. Number one thing I see at work are chipmunks. Those things are everywhere at all times. Yeah, rodents really, or they're not rodents, but they're very rodent adjacent if I remember correctly. They're more like tree rabbits in Familia. I think I may be incorrect on that though. I can't fully remember. Anyways, I get deer for some reason. They always ditch their fawns against my car. I can't move it. What do I do now? Am I stuck here? Fawns are born, they're so stupid. I mean, deers are not generally the most intelligent of creatures, I find. They got just enough going on for them. Here, I will take this. Thank you. Thank you. Also take this. I'd prefer if I didn't have to use all of my shotgun shells, but this is Chris side. It is my less optimal Resident Evil experience. Amount of times I'm in the middle of a hike and I turn around, there's some babies behind me like, hey, what's up? I've been following you. Spring only, of course. They just don't know. They don't know any better. Had this happen a couple times with black bear cubs. Scared the hell out of me. I'm not your mom. Go back. She comes back and I'm here. We're gonna have a serious problem. Yeah, bears. There's a reason that the mama bear stereotype is there, and I'm not going to be provoking reasons for said bear to do any mauling. Where am I? Top floor? Okay. I'll be back in just a moment then. I feel I am very fortunate in that I have not encountered any bears on hikes. I need to go hiking more, for sure. That's something that I want to do more this actually outdoors weathered season. They did scare off with some clapping, but yeah, all kids really are stupid, aren't they? Yup. Doesn't matter what kind of kid it is, it's gonna be dumb. Or at least just, like, endlessly curious about the world. There's a hunter down here, isn't there? I think so. Well, they only have black bears around here and they'll hustle right off if you make some noise. That's true. Black bears are scaredy cats. They don't get too rowdy. I swear I had more. Yeah, there we go. I don't think I need this metal for a minute either. Encounter some bears and it's my fear. Where I'm at, there's only black bears. Still scary for me. I'm terrified, literally. Yeah, bears are just scary. Creatures that are bigger than us, or like approximately the same size as us, and I saying? Bears that are approximately the same size as us, they just are better equipped. They're better equipped for the bullshit. We have tools, but that's our big advantage. Come out toolless, not a place to be. The issue is that I work 5 days a week, have to hike through their territory, so it's not a big deal if you go on a hike and see. I'm combing the wild every day, and chances of encountering one with rabies, going through an illness, caught in a bad season and a bit hungry goes up. Yeah, like completely understandable to be scared, because bears are, as aforementioned, they're better equipped for just a sudden escalation. My animal fear in these parts, moose. I've called into work one day, or there's a moose in my driveway, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, no, moose. Moose are, they're territorial, and they do not give a shit. They will hurt you. They're just so big as to not give a fuck. And that's very scary. Deer attacking people will stand on their hind legs and pound the shit out of you with their hooves. Yeah, that makes sense. Imagine a moose doing that. Yeah, moose are heavy as hell. They're big animals. Ow. Stop that. Stop that. I'm getting juggled out here. Okay. There goes a bunch of ammo. But that's fine. You just don't get it until you've come up on one. You set up pikes and they'd still charge right through it. They're big. They do not care. They're very territorial too. They're not afraid of people either. I'll do a bear all day, pass on the moose. I prefer neither, but I'll take the bear over the moose 100 times out of 100. I don't need that kind of spooky nonsense. The MO disc. Perfect. Yeah, I do not want to interact with an ornery moose over pretty much any other. They're like the US's last big megafauna. If I am remembering correctly. Okay, I got a loot background, which I will do this way. It is weird to catch one. I knew they were big, but load. They're big creatures. I've seen them a little bit in person, like 100 yards away, kind of seen in person. And that's all. That's the closest that I ever need to be to a moose. Well, at least out in the wild. If I saw one at a zoo, you know, there's only so much space that you can have. But yeah, I'm not one for hanging out with the megafauna. Like, elephants, I think, are the only ones that I would even want to interact with, just because they're so big and so very intelligent. And I think that's fascinating. Just the sort of evolution of these creatures. Once crossed some brush in Brighton and walked within 10 meters of a mother and calf. Might be one of the few times that I've genuinely feared for my life. Yeah. Those, that is not an ideal circumstance to encounter a moose. I would say that that's one of the worst situations you can encounter a moose in. Ah! My oh, I am not. Ring around the rosies, big snake. You slimy fuck. I'm not having any luck in actually, like, shooting the tail either. Come on, clown. Let's perform at the circus together. But yeah, any animal that I have to worry about, it's going to do the whole, like, paternal instinct kind of thing. I'd prefer not to. Which side are you coming through? This side? Okay. I'm just shooting the damn wall like a fool. Oh, hi. It still hit me? There we go. Please tell me I'm not poisoned. Okay, we're fine. Perfect. The big old library. The library. That's one part of the two parts that we need then. But yeah, moose, beautiful creatures. Love the megafauna. I wish that bison were still roaming the plains, but it's truly a tragedy. I think there's 2 species of bison that we have a record of. One was more in southern, like southeastern United States. I know that I was reading about that at some point. The 2 different kinds of bison in America, and I guess just ended up going into the plains more so, / being forced into the plains. We only have 3 herds left around here. Damn shame. Yeah. They're such cool creatures. They're so big. And also, like, again, they're cows. Cows are very intelligent creatures. Or at least cow adjacent, you know? Let's pop another save as well. I don't really want to have to do the yawn fight again. Old typewriter. Yes, I will use the ink ribbon. But yeah, like, I'm just so curious. Cows are pretty smart. They know faces. I know that much. From what I understand, they're pretty much of the same caliber as dogs. They just got a whole lot more body to move. I've heard that cows are quite friendly. Like, obviously, it depends on how you treat them and, like, natural temperament as well. Where on the map do I need to go? I just need Spencer's key, and that's kind of it. Okay, so back to the main hallway, which we can get through this. But yeah, I love cows. If I could, I would love to do more ranching type stuff, but I just if that could be my lifestyle after having received an education, like I really value the merits of agriculture nowadays. A girl I saw in my youth had livestock. Her cow Maria would see me and run up on the fence. How does she know? Oh, she knows. They're smart. We tend to forget just how intelligent the creatures that we eat are. Because it's very easy to simply go, you know what? Just completely forget that I'm eating a living thing. It's easier to, what's the term? Compartmentalize the fact that we eat meat every day by just ignoring or pretending that we don't actually eat living things. The European buffalo was pretty much the same as the American buffalo, but it was still a bit exotic to European colonialists because they killed most of them in Europe over centuries. Yeah. Yeah, the colonialist mindset of like, yes, nature, let's completely pillage it. It's ours for the taking is so crazy to me. So I had a friend with a pet pig, and now the very idea of consuming pork is akin to eating a dog for me. Like, I'm not against eating these things just in a vacuum. If I knew that these creatures could have a very good and easy and safe life before they are as ethically slaughtered as possible, and then everybody that like touches hands. Oh, I forgot to grab the other gem too. Oops. I'm fine with that, but reality and ideals are two separate things. I remember in public school, teachers told me so many wrong things I had to unlearn. Like, humans don't have instinct, that's an animal thing, or that humans are the only animals that use tools. No, we deliberately, like, brainwash everybody into forgetting how interconnected everything is, and that we are still animals at the end of the day. Like, we spend all of these years essentially going, okay, you're simply a machine that's made for learning, and like, that's it. Tell that to my magpie patients who pokes me with sticks until I give her a french fry. At least I think it's her. I can't sex corvids. Yeah, the cloaca kind of makes it difficult to... That and, like, the dimorphism for very specific birds. I could certainly not sex, I'm going to say 90% of birds. I just don't. I'm not familiar. Which is the... Okay, it is up here. I did need the red gem too. She's also wild. She's not going to let me pick her up to check. She just knows that I hit that bench at the U at the same time most days. Hey, I mean, I have a tattoo of a raven on my arm, specifically because corvids are so goddamn intelligent. I find them fascinating. Just, it goes to show that, like, adapting intelligence is both very, I'll say, calorically intensive and extremely efficient, well, not efficient, extremely useful in adapting to the various ways life can throw you curveballs. She sorted out that it's a free lunch if she shows up. Took me almost 3 years to gain her trust, though. Hence the name Patience. Corvid, I love corvids. They're so fascinating. I know I've been saying that, but like they really are just so... Hang on. They're so interesting in the way that they will learn and adapt and just be... I would say that they're more human than a lot of people. I think giving into more of our base instinct, or like just living more instinctually, kind of living with all of these natural impulses and understanding them more is a core way to live closer to nature. Mostly, I'm just glad I didn't get it on her bad side. It can go sideways fast. They will not only remember your face, but they will tell your kids about it. Be nice. Yes. I always hear people joking about, like, befriending local corvids, crows, magpies. I mean, I haven't seen a raven in a hot minute. I know that they do exist, but... I like ravens simply because they're big and scrungly. They're just silly guys. But yeah, like, I can... earning the trust of an animal is... It's something hard fought for. We should try and appreciate how easy it is for us to befriend a creature such as a cat when, you know, they spend all their time with people. I remember hearing once, the further humans advance, we consistently measure the intelligence of animals as being higher than we previously thought. Yes, it's because rather than trying to, like, we're assessing the various levels of intelligence, I think, as well as the fact that people in the past have not been particularly, I'm just gonna go past you guys. We recognize that people in the past were like, just, yeah, we're just gonna treat everything like shit. We're gonna, it's really harder to... What's the...
Rebecca! Is she upstairs?
Oh, good. Knife, will you do something for me? Will you tell me what I need to do for that? Because I don't want to have a case of, oh, well, I've gotten the bad ending by being a dingus. There's a crow at work called Ruff, because they're sort of ruffled up a bit. Maybe they're older. They get bullied all the time by the other crows. They're on and around specific site during certain parts of the year. All of these creatures are so... It's so interesting just observing nature and just kind of like taking a step back and being like, how do these creatures respond without actively having the stimulus from us? They chill at a dumpster and pick trash from it. Hell yeah. The dumpster corvids. Which room is this? No knob. Pardon, I'm less familiar with the Chris side, so not exactly easy to remember exactly where I need to go. Not exactly. It's okay, I got you, Rebecca. Well, this makes this a lot easier. Get saved, Rebecca.
Rebecca,
Rebecca.
you okay?
I didn't mean to get you worried.
We can't stay here any longer. We have to get to the others and find a way out of here. You with me?
Yes.
Then I'll go ahead. Until then, Rebecca, you're on your own. Stay cool and use your better judgment. Got it?
He's
can
such a
handle
goddamn
myself.
Boy Scout.
Good
It's
luck.
so funny. Did I blow myself up? I did. Well, that's just how things go. These other crows chased them around, and he tricked them once. He flew over the hill with a piece of trash, and the other crows flew that way, stole it from him, and were bickering over it. Then he flew over from another angle back to the dumpster really quick and stole what we think the real trash he wanted. Flew away before the others noticed in time to stop him. That's a very intelligent bird. Ruff was always chilling on site. I haven't seen them since sometime in winter. I've been completely played by a couple of corvid ones. One landed on my table, and while I was eating Arby's and started making a ruckus, I look over, a second one swoops in and steals my curly fries. They went up to the roof and ate them in front of me. Those are my fries. Bird, you... Damn you, bird. It's one thing to take a man's fries, but to take his dignity... I don't know if it was a different species of crow. Ruff is more brown colored and ruffled up, like I was saying. They might be... That sounds more like Raven-esque, but I could not tell you. Sorry, one moment. What do I need to do again? I need the metal object. I have the metal object. Where do I get the second outline? Do I already have it? I think I do. Stone and metal object. No, I do not. never mind. Do I need the crank? I do! Hang on, hang on. Okay, I do need the crank. This we can wait for. I need to go back and get the battery so that I can get the crank. Yeah, okay. I know what must be done. Could be an allele offset. Even pigeons show up as albinos. I didn't think where I lived had ravens. I mean, I don't know. It could be anything. Are you ready to have a slightly worse day? Oh boy. What is it, Knife? No, not Dark Souls fucking 2. Fucking Dark Souls 2. Heart. I mean, that's why I keep it there. One day we'll finish Dark Souls 2. We're probably like 3 centuries out from that at this point, but one day it'll be finished. Depends on where. Ravens are corvids, but not all corvids are ravens. They did warn you. I was warned. I appreciate the forewarning. Live in Appalachia from a Google search. There are common ravens in certain parts. Not sure if I'm exactly there. Global warming has certainly been changing animal ranges. That it has. Animal ranges are all over the place now. Where is the closet there that I need to go to? Okay, so upstairs. Maybe rough is an example of a raven not being where it normally is. All making me want to study rough now. I'll see them again if I'll update, and I'll update you. Yeah, yeah. Please do. Actually, check them out. Just obviously, like, from a safe distance. I'd imagine that based off of the fact that you hike a good bit, you know not to bother the nature too much. Just leave that there for a minute. Get a picture. I can ship it over to the ornithologist. They'll say, hell yeah. Making connections in the Twitch chat. This is the next LinkedIn, I'm telling you. Why does your resume say check out my twitch.tv? Oh, I feel like it'll give you a better idea of the person that I am than anything I can put on a resume. And cut that into never getting hired again. Well, I guess I'll become a full-time streamer. Not because I want to, but simply out of necessity. I'm an arachnologist. I don't know shit about birds beyond the ability beyond being able to translate certain bird calls. But I do know the people who do know birds. Hashtag networking. Yeah, networking. Woo, networking. I fucking hate networking. I hate that the idea of like making friends with people has been commercialized, businessified. Be on the lookout for rough. Please, if you get any rough updates, I would love to know if you actually do have a raven in your work territory. But yeah, as I was saying about networking, just all of the... It's all bullshit. The way that we've businessified everything is so annoying. Have to make friends simply because it's a more of an annoyance not to have friends. Have to have 17 references for an apartment that costs you most of your salary, your monthly salary anyways. Where's my bachelor chow? Where's my gruel? I don't love it either. In academia, I must have my name out there. If I even expect to have grant funding. I don't really want to publish this paper, but I must. Yeah, it's... The way that some of the doctors I work with talk about it, it's so... it's so frustrating. I won't say that it's entirely dumb, but just the fact that you have to publish papers about everything, it's like, oh, make this person spend a whole lot of time writing a paper that they don't care about simply so that they show up in SEO so that they can get the funding to do the things that they actually want. It's a fool's errand anyway. It's like, this is how we track your work. Ugh. It should not be like that. Papers submitted, 0. Papers published, 0. Sorry, papers submitted, 28. Papers published, 0. Why am I even doing this? I can just imagine how frustrating it is. Putting in all the work to get the paper, and then they're like, it doesn't matter that much. Burnout is real. 100%. The burnout is real, and the fact that we have to be on like 90% of the time now is crazy. We're not made for that. We're just goofy creatures. What's that one quote by I think it was a director? Something along the lines of, or made to fart around and ask about a dog and go get lunch and see a cool bird. That's the general vibe. We're just here to fart around, in his words. It's not the overwork, it's the useless work. Could have gone back to my next generation sequencing analysis and actually done something. Yeah, that's the thing. Please do not poison me, snakes. I feel like so much of work is measured in busy work, and that's so stupid. Show us that you can work by doing the work that you don't care for, and nobody else really wants around anyways. Not necessary to use this now. I killed all the puppets. Hell yeah, Daft. Is that did you finish the Lies of P DLC then? I think Lies of P is going to be on the playthrough list again, because I do have it as I think I played a little bit of it, and it was just a bad night. And I never went back to it. But that was before I had really decided how I want to do things on the stream. And the main story? Hell yeah. Defeated puppets. I have Lies of P, and I just haven't been ready for a combat game in some time. Lies of P is really good. It's like I want to say it's probably my number one Sekiro-like. I think my number 2 Sekiro-like, but also I think number 1 Metroidvania for me. I know everybody loves Hollow Knight. I fucking loved Nine Souls. Nine Souls was... that was peak stuff. It had a lot to say, and I loved every minute of sitting with it and analyzing it. It was a lot of fun. I love a game that actually makes me think even a little bit. I hear 9 out of 10 from everyone. My brain just isn't into it. Any game that tries my effort these days is kind of meh. That's fair. Sometimes we just want a turn off our brain kind of game. I think a lot of the Vampire Survivor likes are good for that, but I just don't want... when I'm playing games, I want to be engaged at least a little bit more. I'm excited to see Pragmata for that. Which we will get to next. I think we will... I think the next stream or two... I'm not going to be able to finish this tonight, I don't think. But... we may be able to sneak... do I want to try and do 2 games in one night? I don't know if I do. I either need to stretch out what I'm doing in this game tonight or be ready for a very short... maybe we'll do Doles or something. Unless somebody else has a better suggestion. I do definitely need to buy Pragmata, though. What do I do after I beat those 2, though? Whatever. I have a suggestion. What do you have? What is your suggestion, Daft? What dog shit game do you want me to play? Pragmata is on my list too, but I'm probably gonna pull a move where I sit on it for a year and wait on a discount. That's what I normally would do, but because Daft has added it to the wheel and it won, I will honor the terms of the raffle. Did I not get the... I swear that there's the map down here. David Cage's magnum opus. Which one? They're all equally good. Please don't make me play any more David Cage games. I can't handle that motherfucker. All of them at once. Yeah, make me play every single David Cage game. I mean, we could do a David Cage-a-thon. So no Detroit Become Human then. You can put it on the wheel. I'll happily raffle for it, but I just want you to know that I don't like David Cage games, and if you expect me to be nice about David Cage, we won't. We're just gonna nix that idea. If you do that, you shouldn't play Detroit. Detroit is like the closest thing to a good game that David Cage has ever made. And even then, it's pretty far off.
Enrico!
Don't come any closer, Chris.
Play the intro to that game on the plane here and there.
What happened?
That's why you shouldn't play it.
Double crosser.
Enrico, wait. Enrico!
Rel.
Enrico!
It's not there. Great idea. Execution was mid. I mean,
Double
when David
cross.
Cage goes... I just like the music. The music is fine. I have not thought about the music much beyond it's there. I think without it, the experience would probably be better. Sorry, it would be worse. Killed him with just one shot. Who could it be? Wait, he's holding on to something. The crank. Straight cranking it. But yeah, the music is probably the best part of the game, and even then it makes me... There are dogs in here now? I'm still obsessed with everyone getting mad they freed the start menu woman and demanding her return, completely ignoring the point of the game. I mean, it's because that's exactly the shit that people are gonna complain about. Oh, I freed the woman that is there to make me feel connection about, like, humanity, and maybe we shouldn't just have these things doing this when they have desires and ideas for what, like, life would be, instead of just keeping them chained to my start menu forever. Not again. Still very weird. Wow, somebody didn't get the message. Now she's gone. She's her own person. She's not there now. Deal with it. Exactly. Like, please, tell me you completely missed the point of the game without telling me that you completely missed the point of the game. She's... The fact that they gave in to it, too, is just like, do you have no artistic merit, or are you just completely driven by public opinion? Worse, they capitulated to me. Exactly what I was saying. Capitulating to it, there's... Why? If you really want to send home a message, say, no, this is the point of the message. But I think David Cage just has no spine or, like, thoughts of his own that he's ever had. Did Mitz ever have an idea for a game before? I think I've definitely come up with ideas for games, but I don't think I've really talked about me playing games on, or like designing games before. I don't know if I could really... If I did a project, it'd have to be very, very indie, and it'd probably have to be something like JRPG Maker. And I don't know. I nearly went into game dev. I washed out quickly. It's a very brutal thing. And having, like, good QA is really important. Wow, this is hard. I need a team of 30. This is... Indie game studios, the fact that you have to have so much, and you still need so much time to make something good. Like, solo development is just... It's practically unheard of. Game dev is tough because it's so shit on job security, unfortunately. True. 100% true. No, you're supposed to feel the loss? Yeah, exactly. That's art, baby. You're supposed to feel something. No punching boulders, just crazy side dives. Will you take the flamethrower? Yes, please. But yes, I would love if everybody could actually make art and do game development. Like, that's a golden ticket. kind of thing nowadays, but unlikely to. Oh, this is the boss, isn't it? Yes, it is. Hi, Big Spider. Ow. I went the wrong way. Burn, spider, burn! Ow. This is a big-ass spider. Pop this spider like a bug. Take the survival knife. Get this other clown away from me, please. My mind will never allow me to understand an artist, but I'll always deeply respect them. That's very much how I feel. I don't feel like I would be a great artist, but I do recognize when art is great. At the very least, I'm capable of that kind of cognizance. Remember this time a local artist did a huge full portrait painting of himself live, 2 stories tall, huge. At the end, he sent up a machine that shredded it to pieces. Oh yeah, you have told this story. I still think it's a great story. Sorry, I'm getting random notifications. My colleagues just said, that's art, man. You felt that, right? Probably have. It just sits with me. It's a great story because it is how art is, and like artists perform. I think it's incredible the way that it can evoke so much emotion like that. Map of the courtyard. Yes, please. A kindly reminder that I will never perfectly understand the mindset. It was a good perspective. Kindly remember. Okay. You have to be willing to be evocative, you know? Will you set the flamethrower? Yes. Fortunately, the flamethrower, kind of stinky. So getting it, not having to use my anything for that is fine. Perfectly acceptable. Where am I going? Oh yeah, another boulder section too. But yes, I feel like I'm a better critic than an actual artist. And I think I'll forever be a critic, unfortunately. But that's still why part of the reason that I still stream as much as I do is because I like the performance and the art aspect of it. Why it's so important to at least try to understand. I'm much the same. Critic first, feeler second. Yeah, I try to be better about like just generally embodying the experiences in the moment when I have them. Because that's what makes art so beautiful, is that moment to moment sort of I'm connecting with the work of this other person. And then afterwards I think on it and go, okay. What do I think of that experience in hindsight? But that's how I try to do experiences as a whole. Art doesn't require you to be a great or to make money off of it. It can be a personal hobby too. Beating is art, for example. True. Very true. There's so much time that we have, and I just wish that I had more. I wish I had more free time to do the artist stuff more. Like, I want to make music at some point, and it doesn't need to be good music. And I would love to kind of just do a thing where I make it and go, okay, well, I don't care what anybody has to say, but I care very much about what everybody has to say about anything that I've worked on, you know? I don't have a creative bone in my body. Never made anything that came out of my head except for one time. That is part of the appeal of art, is just going, I'm gonna make this, and I don't care if it's bad. I'm doing it because I want to make it. First aid spray. Oh, good. I'm gonna use that right now. But it's not mandatory. Not everyone needs to. Work on the shoulders of giants. I don't come up with good ideas. I carry them across the finish line. That's a good way to view yourself. I'll say it's a good way to... Do I need to come back this direction at all? I don't think I do. I think it's perfectly reasonable to say, you know, I'm not much of an ideas person, but I am an executor of other people's ideas. I'm not much of an executor. I'm an ideas person to my own detriment. Play piano. That's not a creative thing for me. I'm no musician. I'm an instrument operator. That's it. I would like to be more than that, personally. Learning how to noodle around with instruments and, like, feel them out. That's kind of the appeal of art. Music is art, IMO. I would agree. I think playing music is still art and artful, regardless of whether or not you want to innovate off of it or not. It's just it's like painting by numbers. Nothing wrong with painting by numbers, at least not to me. It is, but I can't make new music. I can't only play what was written. As a frontman in a band for 2 years, didn't write a single song. It was my job to sing them. I didn't even write one note of the songs. You don't need to be the creative mind to be an executor. Or, I should say, you don't need to be the ideas person to be a good executor. That's why covers exist, you know? It's about what it makes you feel and, like, what emotions you can evoke in yourself and others in doing it. That's what I'm saying. You build the hammer, I'll swing the hammer. I don't do covers. Let's not go that far. I think covers are fine. I'm a big fan of Sublime, or at least what Sublime used to be. highly despises cover bands. Okay, if you're exclusively a cover band, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, you are playing other people's music. If you can do, or if you exclusively do covers that bring a different series of emotions or a different spin of the yoink and twist, as we say. If you can do that, I think this is 4, 2, 3, 1. It's like power's been restored. Yes. But as I was saying with Sublime, like, all of their stuff is very, very, very heavily inspired, practically to the point of all being covers. But because they have their own sort of spin on it, it does make things more interesting. I like covers of songs that are decent. If you're showing up to a bar and doing a set of 16 songs that all came from 2000s alt rock, fuck right off. I'm kind of in the same boat as you, actually. If you're gonna be a performer, you gotta do your own performance. Like, you gotta perform your own stuff too. I know that it's hard as an indie individual, but like, you can't just do the greatest hits of somebody else. That just, I feel like it's artistically devoid. Use the melody and lyrics and made your own thing, party on. Exactly. That's what covers are to me. Like, a cover to me is somebody saying, I listened to this song and I have different feelings on what to do than the people that originally made it. And that makes it, through that innovation and like those differences, you've done the yoink and twist. You've innovated and created something new. It's okay to iterate. Iteration is beautiful and like core for pretty much everything, I would say. What the hell's down here? Is basement karaoke with friends brought to the stage? You mooks realize that half the people in the bar could grab your instrument right now and play that song, right? That's when I have a problem. That's where I would derive an issue as well. Did I miss part of this? No, yes. I completely missed the door. Yeah, if you're just gonna do exactly the same thing, not even doing a different style or anything, it's boring. Come on. Everybody recognizes that, right? If I'm sitting at a bar and I just hear somebody do an exact cover of Hotel California again, I'm gonna blow my brains out. I don't care. I don't want that song done in that same style ever again. Please do not. Please do not bring that back. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Yeah, don't play Oasis. If you're gonna play something, play fucking Gorillaz. Give me a different cover of like Empire Ants or something. Do something more interesting. Wait, it's Blur, that's the guy. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Champagne Supernova, fine. What else has Blur done? Song 2? It's just... Also, Gorillaz in my mind right now is in their... Okay, we're doing something that I don't find interesting era. Ow. Okay, well, I'm just gonna use the healing item for that, I guess. This is the wrong way. I've gone in a complete loop here. Just go back this way. But yeah, just Gorilla's in the stage of their music where I'm like, I would prefer if you did something different than what you're doing, but I recognize that you're doing something interesting, even if it's not my cup of tea exactly. It's what's the newest album? The Mountain? I tried to give that a full listen to, and I was like, nah. I appreciate the different, like, influences and the theming that you're going for, but it just doesn't quite do it for me, you know? Then again, I'm not like a diehard Gorillaz fan by any means. I feel like being a diehard fan of most bands, I feel, is a fool's errand. Because at some point, I don't think that the creatives are gonna want to be making the same stuff over and over. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to have to do... I think I was thinking about this yesterday. I don't want to specifically have to... If I were a performer, or if I were Gallagher, I would want to do more than just smash a melon. Like, sure, I might pull out the melon to smash it every now and then because I'm like, okay, well, this is this is kind of what the people want to see, and I'm up for doing it again. But it's like Radiohead's Iron Lung. When you go to see Radiohead exclusively for Creep, you're gonna be very disappointed if they don't do it. But I don't want to show up to a Radiohead concert exclusively. Am I going the right way here? I am. I want to hear at least a little bit of OK Computer. I want to hear some of the other stuff. What's the... I can envision the cover art in my head right now. Is it Rainbow Plastic Tree? It's the album Plastic Trees is from, right? Plastic Trees, Radiohead. Big Plastic Trees. That's not the right one. That is a different cover art than I'm looking for. Knife, you know what I'm talking about. Can I get a reminder? It's in color, right? The one that you say is underrated and people hated on it when it came out. I'm in music talk. Music talking mode, I should say. I don't have a TikTok. I find short form content specifically like that to be too brain rotting for me. The Stone Ring. We're just gonna skip on ahead. What else is in here? Survival knife? Yeah, I'll take that. Is there anything else this way? Herbs. That's it. No need. But yeah, I'm not a particularly musical individual. I don't feel like I'm musically inclined at all. I'm not... I feel like I'm too much of a performer, too. I want to innovate, make things a little bit more interesting, if possible. Let's also take these. Because I think that's just about as far as we need to go. I just need to skirt around one more zombie, and then we're into the final section, into the laboratory, into the laboratory, as Dexter would say. I'm kind of bummed that I missed out on so much of the, like, early 90s Cartoon Network. Or, like, mid-90s, late 90s Cartoon Network. Because the Cow and Chicken era, all of those guys, like Ren and Stimpy, there's something, they do certainly have a more magical feel about them. I watched a video about Ed, Edd and Eddy, specifically talking about it being like kind of punk. And I was very intrigued by the idea. Also, the entire show, that show is very just go, go, go. Just non-stop. Feels very much like childhood generally did, at least in my eyes. So much energy and a desire to actually do things, constantly confined by day-to-day life. I find that interesting. Because I certainly do feel confined by the day-to-day. I would rather not have to do anything, but society has deemed that that is too big of an ask. So instead I do a day job so that I can try and develop an idea of what my personality is outside of it. Spent a long time sort of locked in the basement. Not locked in the basement, literally, but sort of metaphorically chained to the basement. In the way of... How would I describe this? In the way of not really having anything to do. It's the way we talked about Napoleon Dynamite, actually. Napoleon Dynamite perfectly captures what it's like to be in small-town America prior to the internet. And it's just this desperate escape from the monotony and, like, knowing where life goes after schooling. Or not really knowing. And not necessary to use this right now. There we go. I specifically would hang things out of the bus window by a string. Yes, that is... When I saw that scene, I was blown away. Okay, they get it. Yeah, you try and find little ways to amuse yourself. There's an ink ribbon here, right? Yeah, I'll pop a save. I never threw things outside of the bus. But I do certainly remember sort of what it was like to do that. To watch the people that did throw things outside of the bus do so. I thought that was a lot of fun. Just like, oh, I don't need to worry about it. I'll just simply be entertained by the people who are willing to ruin their stuff. Because it was a case of, well, I don't have that much stuff in the first place that I really feel like trashing. Or getting like fishing line to tie up an action figure. I just didn't really get action figures, dolls, etc., etc. Like, I did Lego, but that's because the creativity side of it was the part that was particularly interesting to me. A sociologist might say it's the perfect display of the 1986 to 2000 cohort. Yes. Pre-internet, but just enough freedom.
You're a bit of a mess up. Chris, take a piece of the action.
Oh, I love that Wesker just does this. Yeah, get smacked around, Wesker, please. Just never into action figures, Lego for days, though. Yeah, the creative side of it was just so cool, at least to me. Did I read that? I probably read that twice. It's fine. I'm distracted. Yoink! Goodbye! Hey, Wesker, what the fuck was that?
I'll investigate this area a little further.
Inside the coffin is a skeleton. Wait, there's something else. Family picture. It's a letter. To my Lisa, day by day I can feel my consciousness drifting further away. The shots given to me by men in white clothes made some of Mommy's face itching go away. Today they gave me another shot saying it was nutrition. When they gave me the shots, Mommy's can think straight, but Mommy's shocked and sad because Mommy's unable to think of you all the time. Mommy's afraid of forgetting everything, especially the memories of you and Daddy, what your faces look like, how we used to be together. They're all starting to disappear into somewhere dark in my mind. Oh, Lisa, I wish I could touch your face and hold you in my arms right now, so that I can hold on to your wonderful memories, our wonderful memories of you and Daddy. Lisa, we can't stay here any longer. We have to escape. Listen to me, Lisa. Our chance to escape is the next time when we go to the lab together. We'll both pretend that we're both unconscious, and when the man in white clothes is off guard, that will be our chance. When we're on the outside, let's look for Daddy together, okay, sweetie? Sweetie, be strong, Lisa. Be strong, Lisa. November 13th, 1967. Jessica Trevor. Yeah, that whole family kind of fucked over. Kind of massively fucked over. Part of the survival horror, really. Impression wolf-shaped emblem. Wolf. And then we go to the eagle. Do I just try and crank out? Where is it? Did I just miss it? It's right here. Eagle-shaped emblem. There we go. But with Lego, I would make the sets, and then I'd go, okay, time to dismantle these and try and make something interesting. I always made spaceships. I was really big into Star Wars and, like, Halo, so I was always making, like, drop pods and an attempt at a starship generally vaguely shaped drop ships. I always loved trying to make drop ships. But I don't know why specifically drop ships were so interesting to me. I guess I was big into the logistical ideas of what it takes to move an army. I mean, logistics, as discussed, logistics wins wars. You have to put a lot of effort into getting everything around. The further away you are from a place to source these things, the worse likelihood your army has. Have you guys seen those pictures of what some of the people on the ships have been eating? It just makes me go, damn. They're really making you do war and they're feeding you this schlock? Just absolute garbage? Damn it. Saw them, I wasn't especially surprised. No, that we always treat our soldiers. We do all the fanfare. And the whole, yes, hoorah bullshit. But we don't treat the people that actually do the combat very well at all. Logistics wins wars, so that's why this illegal Ingress is going sideways. They don't have the forethought to even, like, nail down logistics. They're burning every bridge from both ends. It's just baffling. It's baffling how stupid it is. Thank you for your service. Yeah, thanks for your service. Fuck. Does the double dagger kill? Welcome. Can you treat my lifetime wounds and not set off fireworks? No. That would require these people having any amount of, like, human emotion. Veterans are merely a failure of the state. All of our tax money can't fund the VA, but it can fund an insane amount of money going directly into Lockheed Martin and several other conglomerates. What a great use of taxpayer money. Can't even cover the people that do actually do everything. I know we're not really on like a chill vibe tonight. We're just in complaining mode, but appreciate y'all listening to the complaining. It's just wild to me how callous all of these people are. That, and also just the way that the military, like the United States military, works overall. It's run like shit. Not necessary to use this right now. I do not want to fight a Crimson Head in this hallway, so... Get to burning, pal. The price of one Tomahawk cruise missile? $3 million. That would cover VA expenses at a local hospital for 4 months. Yeah, but they don't care about that. They don't care about the VA. They don't care about people actually, like, having medical care. That doesn't fund the pockets of the people that actually do make money from war. How else are we supposed to bomb children for no reason? Come on. Where here is this? There it is. I know I'm just jaded and bitter like most of us. You're either aware of the problem and very jaded and bitter about it, or you're a complete moron and you're for it. I don't want anybody else dealing with my government issues. I paid my taxpayer money. I paid good taxpayer money so that we could bomb brown people. I want my money to go to that. I did briefly engage once in local government. That is a fool's errand. I think it's the next best place to do anything. To genuinely do anything. But it's just so dominated by NIMBYism too. I got all the way up to the house, state house. Hey, that's further than most people. I have respect for it. Left an indelible mark though. I can do exactly nothing. I don't think that that's necessarily true. It requires a lot of people saying, I think we need things to change, actually. And a lot of the people are just happy with how things are currently. And I would heavily disagree with that notion, personally. It's a long conversation, but the game is rigged. Yeah, it's another case of money buying out every aspect of the way that the American lifestyle. Even swinging 10,000 votes, it didn't mean dick. We got some real morons around IMO. People unwilling to compromise, people unwilling to think about what good their actions can do. Moving right along before my next fingers. What do you mean? Dick definitely got elected, although later was forced to resign as well. Good to see you, Jaddlers. Appreciate you popping out for a pun about Richard Nixon. I used to wonder how someone like Kim Jong-un has people who support him. These days I have no confusion anymore. The upper class of North Korea don't realize their life would be better off with other systems, but they don't topple the Uns because they have at least have wealth as it is in the current system. Yeah, the idea of changing that means that they have to cope with the idea that they might not be on top any longer. God damn it. There's a certain Sublime song that I think of. Is it April 26th, 1992? There's a specific line in that song that I think of. It's about coming up and staying on top. Pulling a 187 on a motherfucking cop. It's always about power and feeling when you are feeling like you have more to say about your state of power. Do I still have that MO disc? No, I do not. Well, we'll get that figured out in a moment. Sorry, the Kims. Us Americans are still coming to that reality. You know, we are not the most powerful nation, right? Almost any American on the street will be startled. It's baffling. Like, we are not the most powerful nation. But we do have such strong propaganda and have had such strong propaganda for like, what, 2 generations, 3 generations? About American exceptionalism. It's just crazy. Try 30. How long? I mean, it's the colonialist mindset. MO disc, yes. It's 8647, if I recall correctly. Europe is busy eradicating extreme poverty while Americans are trolling EU because they don't have as many billionaires with yachts. That's very much what it feels like. 8462. Got it. 8462. Like, the EU has its own issues, but I'd rather have the issues that the EU has than the issues that Americans have, personally. Like, that's a very lucky and privileged position. Oh, I never looked at the... I never got the thing from Keith. Like, Europe just has so much history with everything, too. Do I try and finish this tonight? Hang on, let me go chat with Knife real quick. I'll see if I think I can finish this tonight. I'll see what they would like to do, but I'll do that in just a moment. Let me unload the inventory a little bit. Although I do have so much Magnum ammo now. 24 shots? That's more than enough to kill anything that moves. Anyways, one moment. I'm gonna go talk to Knife and see about what they think about me going extra long today. I think they may be snapping. One moment. Hi, I'm a dumbass. Thank you. I've been yapping this whole time. My response to Australia being goated was, you know, they're not perfect, but I do like what they're doing. In the long and in the skinny of it. I like what they're doing generally. And I wish that you could actually get permission to leave the country, WT. Australia seems like it would be a really cool place to be. So many Australian homies are moving to Perth. Is Perth the west side of Australia? I'm not 100% familiar. I know that the east side of Australia is generally the place to be in regards to this. But yeah, I love I have no problem with Australia. I think Australia might be one of those. It might be a great country to try and emigrate to. I generally like what they are doing in Australia more. It's an isolated western city. Yeah, from what I understand, Western Australia is a very different vibe. I suppose I could. I don't know anything crazy dangerous that someone is going to strap me to a chair and torture out of me, but it'd be a lot of work. Yeah, that's the rub, huh? Emigration is a fucking nightmare. I would love if I could just say, hey, I have like a general familiarity with a couple of things. Can I please let me into your country? Canada also, I would like to be able to look at Canada more thoroughly for something like that. Submitted work visas to Sweden, New Zealand, Australia, Austria, Germany, and Japan. Flat no from all of them, more or less. Yeah, it's so much harder to move around these days. Rusted shut and won't budge. This is the one that I need to go into, right? Nope, this is not the one. Yeah, just so much, it's so much work. Vancouver is the only major city in North America where there exists no middle-class housing whatsoever. Vancouver is a very special example. Another MO disc. I mean, New Zealand, not New Zealand, Vancouver is a very interesting city too. I love that it's just like the Western conglomeration city for Canada. It's like all of LA, Seattle, Portland, and every other big Californian coastal city mashed into one. I find that fascinating. New Zealand was my favorite. You don't have a degree? Wait, so you're observing the US education system? I'm literally an adjunct professor of bioinformatics, you motherfuckers. New Zealand, I would love if I could actually live anywhere else. The big things about living in our times is that we don't really get the freedom of travel anymore. It's all about, we gotta worry about replacement rates and other dumb shit such as this. I just want to experience the world, man. I don't think that that's that big of an ask. I don't think that that's a huge ask for anybody. But we live in a very fear-mongered kind of cultural headspace. I wish things could be different. Right? It's way harder to move around now. I remember seeing this Reddit post talking about what was it? It was talking about how it used to be a lot easier to transit between countries, and then World War I happened. Oh, I didn't get rid of my... Well, whatever, it's fine. ×3 with identifying yourself in some places. Are you American? No, Canadian. I'm Canadian. I gotta be real. I think I would... It's like the Tesla people that are driving with those stickers that are like, I bought this before Elon went crazy. You have to be like, I disavow everything that my country is doing. Please, I'm normal. I'm not insane. It's just baffling that you have to identify as Canadian to not have people be like, oh, you're such a fucking idiot. Like, there are nice people everywhere, and there are bad people everywhere. It's almost like distilling everybody down to these base components and, like, base traits. Base aspects of life is a bad thing. Those stickers are a neon sign of I am an idiot. Yes. Before he went bonkers, we've known for 10 years. You jerk asses. Yeah. It's legitimately like that. Just like, come on, guys. You fucking know that. We've known that he's a dumbass for a long time. Or at least anybody that's been paying attention. I think Notch was my number one, like, oh, so just because you're rich, you can just kind of be a dumbass. When he started going anti-feminist, like, whatever whack bullshit he was on for that in, like, 2014, that was or probably, I think earlier than that, it was a big wake-up moment of, like, oh yeah, this guy is just a person and also can and will be a dumbass. Well, I don't know. It's not surprising, but it is disappointing. It's just interesting seeing what other people's wake-up moments are for specific people. The odd experience of working at eBay when the whole PayPal merger as things were going down. I'm fascinated by that. Like, what was that like? As an experience, what was it like undergoing such a merger of the large proportions that those are? Also, have you guys seen the stuff about eBay? GameStop trying to acquire eBay? That's crazy. GameStop is like a dying... It's like a chihuahua trying to disturb the old pit bull. It's just... Why would you waste the energy? Met him one time for about 50 seconds in a meeting. My first thought was, I could punch right through this guy's chest and he's an asshole. Jimmy was my favorite stock. I yoinked so much money off of meme investors. Oh, that whole thing was crazy. The fact that it got pumped so hard is just baffling. The fact that everybody sort of bought in with it, it was just like, oh yeah, people can make money off of the stock market. And since then, the stock market has been even crazier. I was what, like 22? Yeah, I was 22 around then. So learning more about stocks generally, because every stock class or like financial class that I'd seen about it was just
Chris?
crazy.
Jill,
Chris? Wesker's the...
I know.
I know. My only regret is I didn't short it harder. I understood the
can't open
technique.
it.
The short squeeze
Just
was
wait, I'll be
brilliant. I
back.
just waited for it to
Okay.
break. How many digits are we talking here? Are we talking 4 or 5 digit sort of win for you on this WT? Because it's just a case, like, it's a case of knowing what the idiots are doing and how to sort of counteract that, right? Nothing crazy, like 5. I came out with like 22K. That is not an insignificant amount of money. 22K to most people is life-changing kind of cash. Just so damn obvious. Yeah. We, like, if you were paying attention at all, you were either going to make a lot of money or you bought into the hype and were going to lose a lot of money. I'm just kind of surprised that the markets are still not crazy. Consider also, I'd hang out like 8K and put options to make that gamble. My blood was definitely elevated. That's it's a very elaborate casino. Personally, I'm of the opinion that the stock market is a scam. And the idea that you have to always put your money into it is a way for the rich to be able to get easier slush money. Thank you. It always has been. That's why I don't invest into it. It's just a casino. Stock market is not the economy. It's a fucking casino. Exactly. It's a roulette spin that you might get like 4% interest on whatever you put in. And it's like, I don't have enough money for it to even be worthwhile for me to I'll just put it into a high interest savings account. And sure, it's probably put into the stock market through them, but my money is at least backed federally. And I'm not making I don't have 250K. So if I have to, I will pull all of that money out instantly. I will have that in cash. I don't need my money to make money always. Interest is there pretty much exclusively so that you can't just bury the money and have it be worth anything still. Just here and there, idiots wander in, begging to have their money relieved from them, and sure, I'll take it. I mean, I don't know. It ruins a lot of people's lives, and it's just like, do I feel comfortable taking that money I'm gonna say probably not. Somebody's gonna take it, and I guess it's better me than a lot of other worse people, because I can put that back into my local economy rather than whatever else. Index funds and bonds and European markets these days. I will certainly not be investing into the American market anytime soon. You said it. Someone who's worse than me is gonna make this play if I don't. Therein lies the moral conundrum. It is really a situation of the sort of a trolley problem situation of like, okay, well, somebody else is going to make this money, and they're probably going to be a way worse person than me, and they're probably going to use it for a lot more different evil. Or it can be someone like me who is just like, I see the opportunity. Do I take the... Somebody has left their wallet on the bar. They, on their back, says, please take the money out of my wallet. Right in front of me. Do you take the money? And if so, how much? Because I think a lot of people would like to say, no, I would not be the kind of person that would take the money. But if you look in there, and that person has like $10,000, and you see it, they say, okay, they're just looking at you like, yeah, just take the money. Just take my money. In sociology, this is called the prisoner's dilemma. Yes, the prisoner's dilemma is certainly the prisoner's dilemma is fascinating to me. I'm poor. If there's enough for a Taco Bell, I'd take it. I mean, that's fair. If I see somebody leaving out that much money, it's what's the engagement bait thing that people were posting recently? The blue and the red button. I mean, I would press the blue. We'll bring this up. I would press the blue button simply because I don't want to be held accountable, and it's okay if I die. I have no qualms with taking the bet that more people are going to say, I don't really want to be associated with people dying, but I wouldn't blame the other people. I'd just rather not live in a world where I'm the one. I wouldn't want to know that my actions take part in a bunch of people dying. Like, sure, it puts my neck out, but also, I'd rather put my money where my mouth is on the kind of person I think I am versus surviving. Because there are a lot of things I'd like to do in life, but I could just get hit by a car tomorrow and die, so I don't really have a whole lot of regard for that. When I die, I will die.
Chris!
It will happen one day.
Rebecca!
Also, good to see you,
I
Nos.
saw
Thanks for
you
stopping by.
in a garden. I finally caught up.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. No
Taco
more
Bell ordered.
following.
Hey, I
Just
would take
stay with me, kid.
That's my plan, sir.
I would certainly take like $25 out of the wallet, get myself a meal. If I'm at the bar, I might as well pull out the money and be like, all right, everybody, rounds on this guy. Everybody get some food, including you, moron that is giving away your money like this. Is there anything else I need to do here? have a similar sentiment with my work. I will die at this job, but I'm gonna bring up as many people as I can on my way out.
Wesker.
That's exactly the way I view it. Just
So you've come. Chris, you make me proud.
things will
Of course, you are one
change
of
or
my
not.
men.
Thanks.
This cutscene is so funny.
Since when, Wesker?
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Since when have they been slipping you a paycheck?
Oh, brother, they've been paying me the whole time.
I think you're a bit confused. I've always been with Umbrella.
No,
Stars
no.
Were umbrellas. No, rather, my little piggies. The Tyrant
Little
virus
piggies.
leaked, polluting this
Oink,
whole
oink.
place. And unfortunately, I had to give up my lovely members of Stars.
You killed them with your own dirty hands.
It's all
You
Ohio.
son of a bitch!
Always has been. Yup.
Oh yes, dear. Just like this.
No, not Rebecca.
Don't move.
You.
I don't think you want to die just yet. I have something that's of some interest to you.
With no error benefactor, I still need to work that out. I should probably figure that out too. That's kind of an important thing. But whatever. To me, the money will... It's not my problem anymore. I'd rather not have the state take it, that's for sure. I'd rather give it to a charitable organization if possible, but that stuff is always difficult. Hi, Tyrant. With your giant pulsating heart.
The ultimate life form. Tyrant.
Tyranitar, yes.
Wesker, you've become senile.
Chris, you'll never understand.
You'll never understand.
It's magnificent.
It's magnificent. The Chris side is a lot more explicit with Wesker just getting bodied. Beautiful. Beautiful, I
Come
say.
on, you test tube freak.
All it takes is 5 magnum shots. That's it. How do I get out of here? Panel used to release the electric lock. There we go. Remember playing this game at first release thinking graphics will never get better than this. Hell yeah. They never really did. What a pathetic way to die. He's holding something. Observation note. The discovery of the G virus was in fact 21 years after the administration... Oh, is this the Birkin thing? Yes, it is. Okay, well, we won't worry about that. Rebecca, are you okay? It's a good thing you're actually wearing a bulletproof vest. Where did he shoot you?
Rebecca,
Chris.
it's a
Are
good
you
thing
okay?
you were wearing your bulletproof vest. There's nothing left for us to do here. Let's get moving.
Okay.
I mean, getting shot through a bulletproof vest has gotta hurt too. I can imagine getting shot through a bulletproof vest still stopping your heart if in the right spot. I don't need the shotgun ammo. I don't need nothing. We're on our way out of here.
Chris?
What is it?
Oh yeah, I also need to
I
go
found a
save
file in the
Jill.
lab. Apparently, there's still a lot of Tyrant virus here. We should blow this whole place up.
Right. The show must go on.
Yeah, let's blow the whole
I'll
place
leave that
up.
up to you, Rebecca.
I'm on it. I'll start the self-destruct system I found a little while ago.
It's
Thanks,
not like we're out of
Rebecca.
this yet. I'll see you on the
She's
outside.
what, like 21?
Outside.
Chris is like 25. Can you imagine being a 21-year-old or a 25-year-old in this whole mess? No fucking shot. one hell of a bump. They'll still break ribs even. The bullet is stopped. The energy is still transmitted. Yes. It is still going on.
And releasing all locks.
I'm just going to ignore these guys because they are clowns.
All personnel must evacuate immediately.
Yeah, the thing about an object moving that fast, like being in a car crash, as was told to me by my retired sergeant.
Self-destruct
Sheesh.
system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
I mean, a bullet is a lot of motion.
All locks.
We really, guns are kind of like pinnacle of
The self-destruct system has been activated.
personal,
Personnel must
I'll say personal energy transference. Missiles, it's a different scale. It's so impersonal.
Jill, sorry I made you wait.
I knew you'd come.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
So really not that many differences between Chris' side and Jill's side. You see a lot more of Wesker on
Has been activated. All personnel
on Chris' side.
evacuate immediately. Deactivating and
Chris is,
all locks.
he's a guy. He's just kind of a normal-ish guy.
Let's get going!
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
He's just kind of a dumbass that has Rebecca do the important things for him, or several important things, including, save him if he gets poisoned. She disappears on the Jill side. You get Barry instead, who Barry is a very charming character. He's certainly a clown as well.
The self-destruct system has been activated.
He's also a fellow jester.
Personnel must evacuate immediately.
I respect that. I love a fellow jester. Real recognize real.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing.
Let's just grab one of these, and I think that's really all we need. Just in case.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately.
Can we just leave?
Deactivating and releasing all locks.
Yes. Okay.
The self-destruct system has been
I hope y'all have had a good time. We're just about at the end here.
This is Brad. Running out of fuel. This is your last chance. If there's anyone alive, give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
You got it.
The self-destruct system has been activated.
Come on, Jill. Let's get out of here.
All
Let's
personnel
blow this popsicle stand. This goofy oh yeah, here it is.
and releasing all locks.
I've always been so interested in the way that Resident Evil speedruns go, because,
The self-destruct system has been activated.
like, you can really
3
cut
minutes
down on
to
the time that you play
detonation.
this game.
Self-destruct system's activated.
Good work. Brad's up in the helicopter.
Those things are coming.
I'll take care of them.
But,
Chris, you just get in contact with Brad somehow.
okay.
Okay. I love that Chris didn't see play in a Resident Evil game for 4 games. And they just said, what if we made his knife even bigger? Resident Evil speedrunners are a special kind of crazy, and I speedrun GoldenEye and 64. There is, both games, like, both these games come from the same sort of atmosphere, genre, like, timing kind of deal. And so I think a lot of people have familiarity and a lot of love for them. I know I do. I never played Resident Evil, but GoldenEye specifically. GoldenEye and, like, you know, Mario 64.
Chris!
You okay?
Yeah.
They were more or less the beginning of popularized speedrunning. Yeah, Mario, like, all of these different... N64 was kind of when that era really popped off. Sorry, focusing on the Tyrant fight. Ow. We could probably take one more hit, right? You have detailed records going back to 2003.
Yes,
like,
use it.
the internet
Kill it,
has
whatever
always
it
been a
is.
great archive for these resources. I love the internet. We recorded our runs with a camera pointed at the television. God. Take me back. This explosion cracks me up every time. Just, yep. He explodes. The dark side filled methodology of speedrunning. You had to show it somehow, and like capture cards were really not quite the same. It's very interesting seeing streamer tech kind of evolve as recording this has become more prominent. The house exploding cracks me up every time too. There were no capture cards then. This is all new to my old ass. Yep. It's the whole thing is just, I mean, the way I view it all is it's a way to sort of connect and like have a community of like-minded individuals. A place to discuss and share what we love. I'm gonna skip over this.
Chris, you did a fine job.
Result. Do I get a ranking at all? It's the closet key. Look at how much faster that was than the Jill side. We finished it in what, 2 sessions? Easy. Yeah, exactly. Once again. Well, we'll just close out a stream today. Thank you everybody for being here. I hope you had fun. I had a great time. Who's still going? Is Arvid still going? Oh, Arvid just got raided by Durka too. We'll go say hi. Let's go say hi to Arvid tonight. You into SNES? SNES was less my thing, but I still enjoyed it. Let's go raid. Let's go raid Arvid though. But yeah, I liked SNES. I was gonna do a raid recommend, but you've got it lined up. I'm gonna raid Arvid today because he doesn't stream that often. But WT, please do tell. Let's start our raid for Arvid though. Do tell. I will go follow them right now as well, so that I can add them to the repertoire. But again, thank you everybody for being here and hanging out. I love you all. And I appreciate it. World record Donkey Kong Country 2 speedrunner. Yo. Okay. I will go follow them as well. Go say hi to Arvid with an upside down smiley face if you feel like it. But other than that, thanks and have a good night.